Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to Bethlehem Nation News. Today we honor one of the greatest men who have ever walked this earth, President Abraham Lincoln. And I'm going to give you a brief summary about Abraham. Lincoln was born February 12, 1809 to the late Mr. Thomas and Nancy Lincoln in Hardin County, Kentucky. Although his father lacked education, he was still good at what he did. Also, Lincoln was the oldest of two other siblings. In his later years, he found the love of his life by the name of Mary Todd Lincoln, in which they had 4 other kids: William Lincoln, Tad Lincoln, Edward Lincoln, and Robert Lincoln. Lincoln lived to be 52 years old, in which he served in the political Republican Party for 4 years, from 1861 to 1865. But on Good Friday, April 14, 1865, Lincoln was assassinated at the Forest Theater in Washington, D.C. by John Booth, an actor who somehow thought he was helping the South. And this is one of his famous quotes: "America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it is because we've destroyed ourselves." Now let that sink in. Today we've interviewed 2 special people that gave us their feedback and about Lincoln, and this is what they had to say.
While the war was going on, and due to the fact of his assassination, I believe people will idolize him later in our history books.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact that he freed the slaves?
I think it took a lot of fortitude for him to even try to get that amendment past Congress. It took a lot of work, twisting arms, making deals, etc. I think it's going to mean problems for our country, though, because I don't think people are quite ready for the slaves to be free. I mean, a law is a law. It's on paper. You can enforce the law to a certain degree, but how are you going to change people's minds? You know, the way they think. So in order for people to realize that the slaves are actually free, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of patience for them to accept it. And it's going to take a lot of time. Again, it's just a matter of time for our country to be able to get to that point.
Okay. Now, back to you, John.
Thank you, Margaret. Tune in later on to our trivia questions. On that, we will have interesting facts. What did he do before he became president? What did he do when he was a president? His accomplishments, and was he a good president? Thank you and have a nice day.